Well, again, you're here first, so you can be my sound check. I changed the mics up a little bit. How's the sound? And Tony joined as well. So many people. So, is it confirmed? Can you guys hear me? Is my audio good? Bonjour all. And Tricklight. Hello. I now have to go for 30 minutes or so. Okay. I can hear you. Okay. Well, in the movie industry, the last shot of the shooting of a movie is called the martini shot. And so tonight, we're going to have martinis. Because I think tonight is the last night for our lovely, lovely lady to be at least worked on in clay. The 3D scanner comes tomorrow. And Monday, my intention is to stream the process of scanning our fair maiden into a 3D computer file. So this will be our martini shot for the sculpting. All right, Ronnie, we'll see you soon. Thanks you for logging in. So, how do we want to spend our last night together? Oh, indeed. Get out my faithful mirror. This might be why many of the creatures I work on end up looking like me. Because they oftentimes have a mirror next to my desk, which most animators do, for purposes of reference. How is everybody doing tonight? Someone tell me a story of something amazing that you did today. Didn't die. You know what? That is a very good start. As a very trusted colleague of mine used to say, no felonies today. Well, for me it was no felonies. For you it's don't die. Equally, if not more so, noble. I'm glad you did, and nor am I taking that comment lightly. Not much I can do from the other side of the earth, but I do hope the best for you, that you can take care of yourself and find the way. As it Marcus Aurelius, Mr. Stoic, said, the difficulties of the path are the path. Good. Well, I guess that's a good thing. I hope that's a good thing. I hope what you're saying is a good reference. As in things for you as opposed to you. There's my artist making networks, exactly. Make the new paths. mother-in-law follows on the YouTube. She She gets upset because I don't follow YouTube chat, so I've got it up tonight, I think. I've never actually even followed the YouTube chat, which also might be why I don't have any followers there. But I think I have it up. The figment of my imagination. Perhaps. You know, it's really pretty hard to define anything as real. It's a pretty exhausted topic at this point, thanks to the Matrix and Elon Musk. Everybody else for that matter. We would like to meet your wife. My wife is gone. She got on an airplane and she's somewhere over the Atlantic Ocean right now, on the way to Portugal. So there'll be no shadowy figures tonight. She is gone. I am home alone with 3 boys. Then again, I left her home alone with 3 boys for a year and a half. Yeah, well, she's only gone for 10 days, so I don't know that she's really getting her payback in that regard. Doing it in installments. Yeah, she's gonna come back for a week and then leave again. She might. I don't know with her. She's a lunatic. She tamed down a little bit in her old age. By old age, I mean, she's the same age as me. Oh my goodness, I got a dingle from someone. Mankage is raving with a party of 14. Hello, 14 people. First of all, Twitch, tell me, can you hear my voice? Ray wannabe, can you guys hear my voice over on Twitch? This is good. I guess you're saying you can hear my voice. Okay. Audio is always a problem. Change of plans. I'm back. Hello, Rone. Good to see you. Last time people were saying they couldn't hear my voice on Twitch. That's why I say that. This is tough. I've got 3 different monitors. I got YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. One night I actually had Instagram going as well. This is going to be bronze. That's the intention. So I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to do resin and I'm going to do bronze. So resin will be I'm getting a 3D resin printer soon, hopefully. Soon they're available. And what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is when I start the next sculpt, for you guys that order resin prints, I'm gonna set up the printer somewhere close to here and I'm gonna put another camera on it. And you guys will literally be able to see like your order being printed during the stream. Right? That sounds cool to me. I think that sounds cool. I'll like announce whose it is or whatever. Oh, pretty cool, right? A couple steps between now and then. Scanner comes tomorrow, so next week will be scanning. Then I gotta get it open in ZBrush and clean up the scan. And then I'm gonna have to break the scan into pieces and model interlocking parts so that after it prints, they will just fit right back together, super clean. I think I finally got the lumps out of her butt. Dirty Boy wants one. Very good. Very nice. Could someone do me a favor if you're feeling awesome? Jump over to the YouTube channel and just drop a chat so I can see if I can see YouTube chat. Because I never, ever, never pay attention to the YouTube chat line, and I'm gonna get grief for it from people. And I never know if like anybody's there, and I haven't been paying attention. It's been paying attention to TikTok and Twitch. Get a lot of dingling. People are dingling. Thank you, Dingler. Whoever the Dingler is, thank you. I'm sorry. I am just not, I don't have it dialed enough to be able to follow. I have to give you the street cred that you deserve. Oh, there it is. Trick Light and Roni. All right, it was just that easy. Okay, I can read the YouTube now. One night I think I had 80 people in there and didn't know it. And they were just in there talking, and I didn't even know about it. Found out about it afterwards. Felt like a little bit of a jerk. I'm sure they thought so too. I know streaming on YouTube is not as much of a thing as it is on the other platforms, but thank you for doing that. You can hear me on the YouTube as well. The voice is good. You're back. Was the audio good on YouTube, Ronnie? Thank you, by the way, for being my, I don't even know what you say, was surrogate? That's not right. My, whatever. Basically my moderator. Excellent. Audio good. YouTube always lags, like 30 seconds. Is it a rotating table? Yeah, it's on a, they call it a Lazy Susan, but it's a very heavy duty one. It can hold several hundred pounds. To answer your question, Ray wannabe, it is a rotating table. Yes, yes. It spins. As Jeff Goldblum said, yes, yes, without the oops. You know, I think I've come to a realization that it takes balls to not finish something. I'll qualify that statement. I think the desire to sit and sculpt every single little detail is a product of insecurity. Because, you know, I just looked at the foot and I'm like, oh man, I could sit here and sculpt all the wrinkles in the bottom of her foot. And I'm like, okay, does that actually lend itself to the value of the piece? I'm like, well, no, it doesn't, because this piece isn't about foot wrinkles. But it takes balls, like what do you call it? Confidence. To just be like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna leave that fingerprint in the middle of the clay. You're like ominous. So are you? So we'll maybe actually give you feedback. Is the TikTok audio what? Too loud? Is my voice too booming on TikTok? Because they are two completely different broadcasting softwares with different settings. Because I'm not that cool yet. I need to get it all into one. I'm going to use vMix maybe and put it all together into one software. Yeah, last night, I think it was like the end of the night, someone on Twitch finally spoke up and said, oh, by the way, we can't hear you. Like, really? After 3 hours? I wonder no one's chatting. Twitch. Can't even hear me. So now I'm sitting on like tech sensitive tonight. Especially after that weird experience we had. Whatever night that was. Monday? No, it was Tuesday. Fold laundry. Jesus. Yeah, that is some adulting stuff. Sometimes folding laundry is just the one last thing you can't do, right? I had an adolescent stage a couple weeks ago. I just had a pile of clean clothes sitting on the floor of the closet for like a week. I do not think my wife appreciated that. Somehow she managed to, she didn't say a word, I couldn't believe it. No, it was driving her crazy. I almost dipped my brush in my drink. That sucked. What is she holding? In which hand? Her backhand is a knife. Why don't you tell me what you think the story is, Dion? Oh my God, my wife's actually stuck in New York. Plane hasn't taken off yet, so no, she's not over the Atlantic yet. Well, let's take a fight or flight. Didn't feel like driving. Yeah. So yeah, she has a knife in her backhand. To answer your question, Dion. Fight or flight. Okay, right. So that's what you were saying. Well, the idea here is that the phoenix is landing in her hand, coming to her. We all have a vision of what we think the phoenix means, but this is a very personal experience. This is her phoenix. And I made some little visual cues to that. Her hair being sculpted the same way as the flame and the bird and things like that. And the thing that I wouldn't say I don't like, but the thing that at least that I'm focusing on is that Phoenix generally is a passive experience. People sit and watch a Phoenix, or at least it's the mythology, right? You watch the Phoenix. This woman is accepting the Phoenix. It's coming to land in her hand, but it's literally, this is a sacrifice type of situation. At least this is how I interpret it. This is what it means to me, is that she's going to sacrifice the Phoenix. And in so doing, bring about her own reincarnation. So this is a self-manifestation piece for me, self-actualization. She's going to sacrifice her phoenix in order to become her. Now, Roni's had a very different interpretation, which I liked. I can't necessarily remember it. What was it? I think for him it was, let me see, what did you say? It was choosing to release the bird, I think it was. Stay in the present, that's right. Sacrificing the future to stay in the present. So it's like a love affair with attachment in that story. Attachments to now. Back room, nice. Yes, I think I know what that one is. This platform amazes me. So we've had whatever, maybe a few hundred people come through here already, which is awesome. And it says I have 5.6 thousand likes, which I guess means that some of you guys are just going berserk with your thumb on your phone, just liking the hell out of me, which is cool. I appreciate it. It's also a little bit of a disturbing image, like someone like 1980s video arcade stomped on their phone. I do appreciate it. This is a lonely place out here. When nobody shows up. Which I've had. Regional, where is she heading to? Is that in reference to my wife, Ray? She's headed to, I know her, I guess I didn't tell you guys. She's going to Portugal. So she's a layover in New York. Friends who live there, really. Family friends. Surf the wave. You're in surfing territory, aren't you, Trick Light? Are you a surfing queen? Mom? Yes. Yes, Diesel, I stalked you. This is your mother. I used her as reference. Is that weird? Beach walks, hello. Hello, beach walks. What's this supposed to be, a fire woman? What's she supposed to be? I don't know. I always liked that movie by the Cult. Fire woman. I always liked that song. Hated a girl, hated it. How do you hate this song? Of course, she also hated Prince, so I don't know what the hell. How many hours do you own? 97. Really? We're going to come in right at 100, aren't we, Roni? If I finish tonight, this is going to be a 100-hour sculpt. That's funny. We do like the round numbers, don't we? I'm good. I am good. I mean, I'm weird, right? It's weird. Change always brings about weirdness, which is a line I like from Dune. Without change, something sleeps and seldom awakens. This is just this. The change for me is just literally my wife is gone. She's gone for 10 days. Not that big a deal, nor is it that big a change, but just, you know, little changes in routine and pattern make you look at things differently. Ooh, I got another dingle. I gotta bring it. Is that a Twitch dingle? Or is that a, oh, someone else followed me? My goodness, I feel special. I need to find the, where's the, there it is. So I can see. Ansi1 followed me. Okay, thank you, Ansi1. And Ray followed me a little bit ago, and Self-Road TV followed me. And my goodness, I feel pretty. Yeah, I think we need to. Do you have the minutes counted, Roni? Do we have to call it at a certain time so we can say it's exactly 100 hours? How long do we? I think you and I are at the same time zone. What time do we have to sculpt till tonight for it to be 100-hour sculpts? Oh my God, Roni, you are a crazy person. Well, you did psychology. You do have to do statistics, right, for psychology. So you've got some math skills. Just to be able to do that. That might not be why you may have other math skills, but you definitely are a data collector. God. Oh, we're at 93. Oh, that'd be a long haul. I don't think I'm gonna go. I don't think I'm gonna go 6 hours. I could. I don't have any responsibilities tomorrow, per se. Kids are all on spring break. Wife's out of the country. I can pull a crazy ass night, just sit here and diddle our pretty girl all night long. just getting all those little details that we're talking about between now and 6 hours from now. I've noticed that around after midnight is when a lot of the Southern Hemisphere people, other than of course Tricklite, show up. A lot of South Africans, Europeans. It's European morning. If I stay up till like 1, if I stayed up till 2, probably the biggest night, I think we had 17,000 people one night. That was when I stayed up till 2 a.m. I don't know. What part did you come in on? And how did you interpret it, Tricklite? The part I'm talking about going all night? Or diddling this girl all night? Winding and dining her. Winding and time. I've been winding and dining this girl for, what was it, 93.8 hours. And by that, I'm pretty much doing the whining. Pretty long courtship. Man, it's kind of interesting how you look at it. Let's say relative to a relationship, 90 plus hours doesn't sound like very long at all. But really, if you're on a date, that's 6 hours maybe. The long end, that'd be quite a few dates, wouldn't it? 15 of them. Something smells funky. Did I leave this on? Nope. Well, I guess we'll find out if anything could bust. Thank you. Lindsay, well, thanks for coming in. Not just window shopping. You're here for the end. Tonight's probably going to be the last night I work on her. And then the plan is Monday to start doing a 3D scan, which I'll also stream. So it'll still be her on Monday, but I'll be 3D scanning her. Probably will just be the one night. I can't imagine 3D scanning her unless I haven't used this scanner before, so there might be learning curves, so I might make mistakes, in which case I would keep going. It might be longer than 3 hours, but I doubt it. I think it'll be a Monday experience. Hello, Jojo. How are you? Sculpted this way, it's very hard to get to her face. Look at it in different lighting scenarios to see the shape. It's not bad though. Not bad. She's kind of got a pug like a Polynesian nose. She's got a Polynesian nose and cheeks. Like I said, I didn't really sculpt anybody specific. I wasn't trying to anyway. Let it happen. I think she kind of came out Polynesian, like a Scandinavian Polynesian. That would be a hell of a gene pool. Thank you, Lindsay. Well, first of all, she's my wife's aunt, but she's somewhat accomplished on TikTok herself. She's been doing it a long time. So I called her asking her advice earlier. No, actually, I sent her a message asking her advice earlier this week, and then she called me. It was interesting. She referred to herself as my aunt in that conversation. It got me really thinking about what is family, right? And she's not actually my aunt. She's my wife's aunt. She regarded herself as my aunt. I'm like, huh. It was endearing, for sure. I would have to admit that I felt a positive sensation from that. But it did get me thinking about the concept of family. What is it? What? It's 9:42 for me. Till 3:21 for me to be exactly 100 hours. I might do it. 3:21. I don't know. We might do it. Oh, Cher. Hello, Cher. And there she is. I'm talking about her, and there she is. Well, now I'm self-conscious. Now I can't talk about it. Hello, Cher. How are you? I summoned her like a demon. It's a charity, exactly. I don't know what you've heard, Cheryl, but I'm going to start molding this next week. Start digitally first. Make a digital scan of it. Got a scanner coming tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to do resin, but I'm also going to do some bronze of this, or some kind of alloy. You know, I was thinking of going for like a warm golden, like a rose gold, rose bronze alloy. Just have to work it out. There's amazing, I just can't say amazing. I think it's amazing. I think it's very good art foundry here in Kansas City. It blew my mind. I think I was amazed that I found an art foundry in Kansas City that I'm talking to. So anyway, point being, if you think you're interested, I have one ordered already. Stream lagging. So is it like is it like chunk kind of thing? Door peekaboo sent a rose. Little diamond. Thank you. Namaste. Yeah, I don't know. I can't be that good on my feet as far as tracking. I don't know. Mysterious. I took your Dean Martin reference to heart, Cheryl. And so tonight we're having martinis. Well, that's good to hear, JoJo. That can be an apprentice. Sure, why not? Be like the old Renaissance, make you carry water and chop wood and stuff. That's more like Zen Buddhist, isn't it? Although things are going to get weird around here when the gallery opens. I'm laughing now, but I'm going to need all the help I can get very soon. Late to the party, but wow. You know, Dina, it's all right. Yes. Tonight is a martini. It's a bit of a Beau martini. It's kind of some made up stuff. It's heavy on lemon juice, which isn't normally a martini thing. More like it's like a lemon and vodka martini. It's a Beau invention. But as I started the stream, I was saying that in the movie industry, the last shot of the movie, when you're shooting it, it's called the martini shot. It just means, hey, after this, we're wrapped, everybody. A little bit of celebration. So that's why I decided tonight was martini night for this sculpt. My intention is to be done with the clay pushing part of the creation of Hand of Fate here. fetch? Does it fetch your slippers? Fetches me a martini. I actually can't answer your question. Obviously, it depends on what you want. That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's the, so to speak, $1 million question. How much? I need to figure out cost. So I've been talking to a foundry here locally that says they can mold it for doing alloys. I'm getting a 3D scanner tomorrow, and I'm going to start doing 3D prints just here at my studio. And I think probably most people will just want a resin, which is what I'm going to print. I'm going to get a resin print, and I think I'll just figure out the cost of that and shipping and stuff like that. I want to provide it to you people. Not very flattering when I say that. I want to provide it to you as economically as I can, because I want to get it out there into the world. So I'll let you know. If you come back, if you do the whole follow thing and come back, hopefully next week I'll be able to answer that question. And I'm going to set up like some kind of pre-sales thing. Yeah, I do think the alloy is probably going to be expensive. I don't know how expensive. Let's find out, because somebody's already ordered one, regardless of the cost. The print, I mean, I don't think the print will be, I'll probably amortize the cost of the print itself over, say, that's kind of why I wanted to do the pre-orders. It's like if 20 people or 50 people order a resin, then I would amortize the cost of the printer over that many. And then it would just be the cost of materials and shipping. So, like I said, I want to get it to you guys. Ooh, I got dangled again by a little titan. Little titan. Thank you. Do you ever play video games? I'm inherently monogamous. I'll explain what that means. Everything I do, I pretty much just do the one thing. And for better or for worse, well, that's not true. In some things, I'm extremely monogamous, right? To use that metaphor. I also do a diversity thing, whether it's software programming, sculpting, drawing, whatever. I do a lot of different things. Anyway, yes, I play video games. I play a video game. I pretty much only play Overwatch. And in Overwatch, I almost only play Mora. Should have made you guess which one you thought. But yeah, pretty exclusively play Mora. I'm a ninja with Mora. However, like I played Soldier today and it was abysmal. Did not do well. People on my team were like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, well, give me more and you'll see what's right about me. And they did, and we won. Somebody else had more, that's why. So yeah, I play Overwatch. With my kids, they all, well, no, they don't all. Actually, pretty much just my oldest plays Overwatch. The others do the, common kid things. They did the Fortnite for a long time. They seem to be getting more into like NBA 2K and stuff like that now, Grand Theft Auto, and I love it. I don't know if Grand Theft Auto is as bad as it used to be back in the day, but a little gnarly. Thank you. Do Peekaboo something. Things I wanted to see. They play Minecraft. My youngest does, yeah. My youngest plays Minecraft and Roblox. Hello from the mysterious guy. Gotta go. I'm gonna employ the blind masseuse for a little while. This calf, I just realized, isn't making it. With the fingers to do the discovering. My kids are at Nintendo age. Nice. So I just started playing the stereotypical racing Mario games, exactly. Dude, those are fun though. I mean, they refined the concept of, I mean, they really defined the concept of modern day gameplay over at Nintendo. Like, there would be no Roblox if it wasn't for, like, Mario. Thank you, Magical Mysteries. I guess you're a friend of Aunt Cher. My aunt. Thank you, Eddie. Tonight is likely the night, the last night of playing with our muse's little body here. And we're gonna move on to the next stage. We're gonna take this relationship to the next level. Meaning starting the molding and casting. Which in this case is going to involve 3D scanning. Because that's part of the process that I've come up with. Not necessarily the process other people do, it's the process I'm going to do. Well, Jack, your timing is good because tonight's the last night. Although Roni was commenting that if I want to go to 100 hours flat on this piece, I need to sculpt until for another like 5 hours, and then I will be at exactly 100 hours. I don't know. We'll see how I hold up. I might go, just for the fun of it, exactly 100 hours on this girl. Be some kind of marathon or something. We'll see who we pick up. Like, you know, so when I do that, people all over the world start showing up when I go past midnight to get my time. So we'll see how many people like from the Czech Republic show up. One night someone from Belarus showed up. It's usually when the Australians show up, but Tricklight is the unusual. She shows up anyway. Glad she does. Sometimes she's the only one. She makes me feel better. I'm divorced from time. Yeah. I think, you know, I can't claim to know you and your story, but I kind of feel like I get your headspace right now a little bit. I know where you are, I think, to some degree. Obviously, I can't know very much. I can only project. But, yeah, I think I kind of get what you're saying. I can sit here. I could sit here and do this for 6 hours. This is just so silly fun. I could just spend the next 6 hours. It gets to 100 hours just playing with this girl. Oh, it just fucking burnt part of that clay. Now I gotta scrape it off. God damn it. All right, so maybe I need to chill out. How long have I been sculpting? Well, we definitely know how long I've been sculpting this particular sculpture. We're at like 95-ish hours or something. I'm also not going to be totally like pretentious and say my whole life. I'll say academically I started in 90, when I went to art school in 94. But, you know, I studied sculpture and I studied anatomy and drawing, traditional arts through art school. But when I graduated, most of my career has actually been digital. Curious how you're gonna finish that sentence, Jack. I thought Tricklight might say something after that. I was just gonna sit back, see what Tricklight had to say. I will say that it does become part of you. Well, that's part of the, so I think a lot of what I'm doing right now has to do with kind of the state of the world, the state of technology, the state, just the state we're in. You know, I was using AI for a variety of things, you know, when I was in Japan, and I just had this moment of like, well, if nothing matters, then just do what you want. If nothing matters anymore, if AI can, you know, beat someone at chess, and AI can produce any kind of image that you want to come up with, any kind of crazy ass imagery you want to come up with, or even video, right? If everything's just going to go to hell, basically, because of the state of the world, because of AI, then nothing matters. Then just do it, and there's no reason not to. Just do it. You know, if there's nothing you can do to win, stop trying to win. Redefine the game. Find a new game. All right, that's the one thing AI can't do, is define the game. We always define the game. Once we've defined it, we can create a algorithmic solution for it. But we define the game. So for me, it was, one, figurative art is important to me, but traditional art, so physical, again, not abstracted in a computer, and two, experiential. So part of this art is what's happening between us right now. You know, you're not having a relationship with an AI bot right now. You're talking to me. We're talking to each other. And so I think that's important to me anyway, fundamentally, that we're doing something new and unique. Somewhere in there lies freedom. Exactly. So we might as well spend this time together. Being us, connecting as human beings, right? This is a human connection that we are doing right now, which is ironic. You know, I'm sculpting a human. I'm literally thinking how I need to fill out the mass of the tibialis anterior on this girl. I'm feeling this manifestation, this projection of humanity, I'm projecting it onto clay, and I'm experiencing humanity by interacting with you, right? So in a lot of ways, this is the antithesis of the AI apocalypse. We're experiencing our humanity right now, together. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, Summer, I think that's an important point. You'd love to learn how to do this. That's important, right? Because that's a projection of you physically doing something. It's about your experience. That's important, right? Again, that's not a quantifiable experience that can be, you know, limited to an algorithm. You know, a service can be provided. It's literally your experience. You'd love to learn how to do this. That'd be your experience if you did, or the process of doing so would be your personal experience. Right? And I think that's where we have to find the value in being human. That's really what it comes down to. We have to find value in being human in a dehumanized scenario. We're being dehumanized constantly from every direction, devalued and dehumanized. So we have to find our own value, find our own humanity for ourselves. No one's going to give it to us. No one's going to tell us. No one's ever going to tell us we have value. They're going to say, "Oh, AI can do that better." Right? Because there's a rewarding experience for one person to devalue another person in the way our economy and in our society has evolved, right? When you employ people, right, then people become quantifiable numbers, and so if you devalue that individual because they can be replaced by a machine or a robot or whatever, or a cheaper labor, and this isn't a new phenomenon, it's been around for a long time, you can devalue a human being. Well, we are currently being significantly devalued. All of us, every single one of us. You know, like it's silly that we have a president. That should be AI. It just should. AI can make much better decisions than an emotional being. Right? Every single one of us is going to be replaced by a machine. In the value structure that we currently have in place. So we have to come up with a new value structure. I don't necessarily have the solution, but I know where to start. Kind of like Neo. Neo at the end of the first movie said, "I don't know where this ends, but I know where it begins. I'm going to show these people a world without you." Right? So for me it was, I'm going to start doing traditional sculpting, or traditional art. I just started sculpting actually this year. I mean, as far as the stream goes. I'm going to do traditional art, and I'm going to stream to have a human interaction. Right? Not YouTubing video on demand where I'm creating product that I'm distributing. Streaming to you, interacting with you. This is the humanity. This humanity is happening right now. Our humanity, my humanity, your humanity. We are being human together. And it's just this nice visual metaphor that our humanity is, we're experiencing our humanity while I'm sculpting a human, right? So we get to have this physical focus. You know, Trick Light is on right now. That would be a what's his name? Aleister Crowley reference. This is a focus. This is our focus. Our focus is this figure. But my focus, or my intention of that focus is upon humanity. My humanity and your humanity. Thank you, Lexi. I've been up on a diatribe. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Renaissance always comes after the plague. Exactly. Well, Jack Smith, you don't have to. You could actually, I'm going to make this available if you want it. I'm gonna make it available as 3 sizes. So this is 24 inches in 3 dimensions. I'm gonna scan it starting Monday is the plan. I'm giving you a scanner in the mail tomorrow. Hopefully I start scanning Monday. And I'm gonna make 3D resin prints. So when I start the next sculpture, I'll be sitting here sculpting, and I'm gonna set up a 4th camera on the printer. And I'm just gonna print this thing out at different sizes in resin. And I think it's gonna look really good in that format. And I'll say to you people, oh, this, such and such ordered this. Trick Light ordered this. Roni ordered this. This one's theirs. It's printing right now. You guys are watching it, and the camera will cut, just like I have these camera cuts. I'll set up camera cuts. I'll set up a 4th camera onto that, and that's that. That's my plan. I also want to set up a pre-order so I can get some perspective on how many you guys want, how many of you want them. Right now I have no idea, because that'll help me price it. Because I want to amortize just the cost of the product. I don't want to, I'm not trying to make a bunch of money. I just want to amortize the cost of production over, however many people want it one. So anyway, that was a whole diatribe there, Jack, just so to say you could have one if you want. We love diatribes. We love diatribes. Go off and rant and come back 10 minutes later. So I have the drawings that I have on the wall here I've done, you can get all of those on Printful. That's print on demand. It's in all the different countries. You can get one no matter where you are. If I'm gonna print this thing here in my house, I gotta ship it. So it is gonna be a pain in the ass to go around the world. I have no idea what that's gonna entail. Unlike Printful that just, will squeezle anywhere in the world. For one 12-inch 3D print, a couple hours. I don't know. Honestly, I'm gonna have to see. Let's just see. We're gonna see together. I think it'll probably take a good minute. I'm still gonna have to break it into pieces to get it to fit. Even the biggest one is, the one I'm looking at is 300 millimeters by like 300 some millimeters by 300 some millimeters by like 150-ish. So that's like, whatever, 12, 15 by 15 by like 8 or something inches. So I'm gonna have to, even for half this scale, I'm gonna have to probably cut it at least into 2. I'll probably cut the base in 3D into one print, and then the body in another print, I think, maybe. Actually, let's see, where'd my measuring device go? So the wingtips are 20 inches. So that would fit, in theory, maybe. I might get all of her, maybe. I might have to take the bird off. It might be the base, the body, and the bird as 3 different prints, even for the 12-incher. I think. LeBron James. Wow, that is a strange thought. Well, Lexi, as soon as I get my act together, which I keep saying, I'll set up a pre-order. You can order one, and then I'll know you want one, and then I'll put you on the list. All those kind of cool things. I don't know, figuring this out as I go. I don't have it all worked out. It's true. I was thinking I would assemble them for you, but it's true. I could ship the parts. I don't know the people who buy art want to be DIYers though. I don't know. It'd be a lot easier to ship, that's for sure, you're right. Do you have a girlfriend? I don't have a girlfriend. I don't. I definitely do not have a girlfriend. I do have a wife. My wife who's stuck in New York right now. What is it? Is it wabi-sabi? The Japanese philosophy of imperfection? I think that's wabi-sabi. Get our ship with a foam formed around it. I don't know what that means. I guess maybe you're saying when you get stuff shipped to you, it has foam, like they spray foam and it hardens around the object. Our statue. Oh, I think you've talked about this before, Jojo. Do you work in a gallery? Is that right, Jojo? I think you said that before. That was like a couple weeks ago. Am I pulling that out of my harness? I think you did say you worked at a gallery. Somewhere in like a foreign country. Are you in Australia too, Jojo? Sorry, I can't remember. Thank you, Elizabeth. Brazil. Wow, that would be a very long distance relationship indeed. It'd be a lot of effort. Trying to sneak around behind your wife and go to Brazil? Man, that'd be a tough one to pull off. I'm not sure anybody's that Houdini-ish. Well, we have our chronologist. Roni knows exactly. We're probably, whatever, 95-ish hours right now. Wow, that is a long distance. There you go, I was guessing. 94.7-ish. You're cracking me up, man. Did we lose JoJo? I was curious about her response to that. I think she said she worked at a gallery. Now I'm trying to figure out the context of her saying her statues. Oh. Oh, I see. Your husband buys statues. Okay. Oh, you were talking about gardens, maybe. Were you talking about gardening? You know, sculptures in the garden? Was that the story? Oh, a lot of things in the old dude's head here. Eduardo. I don't remember Eduardo. No, thank you, dude. I call you from the past. Maybe you were a lurker before. Are you a first-time chatter? Oh, I'm sorry. Now I feel like a jerk. You've been chatting all along and I've missed you. I'm sorry. Set myself up for that one. 2 weeks. Good God. Pilot arrived. Wife is leaving soon. I'm gonna have to send her some kind of emoji. What emoji do you send to your wife when she's in New York about to leave? What does the Portugal flag look like? I would send that to her, but I don't even know what the Portugal flag looks like. How about a hand wave goodbye? There you go. Send her a wave goodbye and a cry. There you go. I'm crying. She's leaving. Oh, but you're the psychology student. You're about feelings and stuff. Not necessarily. Old B.F. Skinner was definitely not about feelings. The fathers of one of the schools. Thank you, Ashley. You know what? That's a so Trick Light's speaking to my heart chakra. She's saying, yeah, the unromantic process behind emoji. You're right. You're absolutely right. I actually don't generally emoji. It's not really my thing. It's more because I was on the stream here and my fingers are covered in clay. I don't want to start typing. But you're not wrong. I mean, there is the creative aspect of like, I'm going to send a creative emoji. But you're right. It is an excuse not to be authentic. I wouldn't argue with you on that one. I'm gonna have to do something with these fingers down here. Let's just get comfortable. Let's just get comfortable down here and take care of her needs. And by that I mean sculpt her fingers. I would concur that using emojis in a work email is a little questionable. My God, what have I done? We can fix this. We're not that far off. You know, in the next 5 hours. Rody, I think I could fix this hand in the next 5 hours. I mean, crave what they don't get. Get to 3:21 a.m. Nice. And safe housing. You're killing me, Trick Light. You're like kicking in this like primitive, the primitive in me, my primitive, speaking in a Jungian sense, which I think I can in this crowd. My primitive is to be a hero. So you're killing the hell out of me with posting things like that, which of course doesn't even matter whether to be a hero or not. I can't do anything about it here. On the other side of the planet, but you're killing me with things like that. A woman needs safety. Thank you, my broken box. I see. All right, sorry, I didn't mean to project upon you. Ah, Princess Fairy farts? Okay, I'm now in a position that I have to squint to see the screen, so. We're in an interesting time politically, that's for sure. Sexual politics wise, I mean. Not that I want to engage in that because there's no way that goes well. But conversationally, we're definitely in an interesting time. Don't have the privilege of a phone. Good golly. Okay. I hear you. I've intentionally got this whole thing slightly off weight, so when I let go, it has a tendency to spin, which is good because it means it's spinning for angles for you guys. It's bad and it's a pain in the ass for me. Every time I let go, this thing rolls away from me. I have a robotic, I found it, a motorized turntable that I had in storage, and I just found it and the controller. Now, I don't know about the software. Freaking thing is literally 20 years old. Good God, somebody around here is getting old. You find stuff in your piles of crap that's 20 years old. One of your lives. Thank you. Anglo Gravira. Had more detail to the ground. I don't know, I like the ground being a shit show of a mess that it is right now, though. I doubt I spend, I mean, I'll look at it a little bit to see if there's something, but I like the ground being a shit show messy. It's kind of where I ended up with the bird, too. At first, I intended to get much more detail with the bird, and then I stepped back and I'm like, wait a minute. Why would I do that? It is much better as a shit show. Thank you, Anglo Gravera. My broken boxer, thank you. Earth has had enough of being a shit show. You know what? Let's drink to that, shall we? Maybe who's got one? Where's the, yeah, there's the camera. There you go. Well, I've yet to, since last night's ideation session, I've yet to figure out a plan of how I'm going to get Elon Musk into, or Trump, or Putin, or Zelensky into my art show, so we can start improving the world. Maybe I have to start smaller. Met Obama once. I'm not sure that anyone's, I don't know if that's going to do me any good at this point. spring equinox. Lady Maya, hello. Cosmic Martini. I love it. Love the Cosmic Martini. I don't even know what that means, but I might name one in the club after you. The Cosmic Martini. I like that. You know, it's funny because I keep talking about the club and all that, and it's manifesting, right? It's an ideation stage. There is a building, and we are building it. There is a location, right? We're dealing with the city right now and getting the liquor license and all those things. So it is real, right? But at the same time, it doesn't feel real to me. And one of my partners really called me out the other day. I was really impressed with his just lucidity. Like, we were just standing there talking, you know, the three of us, three partners, he just stopped. And he looked at me and was like, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Like, he was calling me out. Like, he was saying, you know, you're operating as if you're still not in complete faith. I'm like, wow. This guy, he's definitely very empathetic. He's good with people. He's good at, you know, dealing with that. But he read me. I've had a lot of disappointments. I've had a lot of good things happen in my life, but I've also had a lot of very difficult things happen in my life. You know, and I'm not trying to boast, but I just mean like in the professional domain. I've had equal amount of amazing and terrible. And so he's just really calling me out that I think I'm carrying baggage from the past and having a bit of an emotional reserve. And he's like, yeah, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So start committing, you know? It's like, wow. And if anything, I feel like I need to be committing. I mean, these guys are committing a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of resources, a lot of effort. I kind of feel like, you know, I'm blessed. They're telling me they're blessed to work with me, and I'm like, wow. Like, and I guess that's what's triggering me, because I'm just like, I've dealt with such villains. I mean, I've had to deal with the goddamn FBI because of my last partner. You know, Russian mafia and bullshit like that. You know, it's a little traumatized. You know, they're just authentic. They seemingly are authentic people, but it's just triggering the shit out of me. I'm waiting for the shooter jobs, and I'm like, oh yeah, they're scumbags. Of course, everyone's a scumbag. Of course they're scumbags. Everyone's a scumbag. Which, you know, I think a lot of people get empathize with, whether it's in their dating, you know, their romantic relationships, whatever it is. They're used to people being scumbags. So, you know, because you don't want to expose yourself emotionally to that, right? I don't want to expose myself emotionally to the burden of having to go through that again if this person is, you know, becomes a scumbag like the last person. Wow, trick light, you're heavy. All right, that is actually a step forward. I've never heard, at least how I'm interpreting what you just said, trick light. That is interesting. It's a thought. It's an interesting thought. I mean, sure. I mean, on an intellectual level, we could have a debate. I could argue with you, you know, how you're wrong or fucking whatever. It doesn't matter. It's the pondering of what you're saying that's more important. The pondering that you could be right, or the version of reality where you were right. That's what's interesting about that. The pondering. Well, you can imagine, you know, I'm freaking 30 years old. I'm in the Kremlin making a multi-million-dollar deal for a tech startup that I sold through to the bank of Moscow. Back then we thought, you know, Russia was more like, you know, an edgy version of Europe. We didn't think of them as the great villains. They were Europe. They were Europe with an interesting past. They were that eclectic uncle. And, you know, to go through the shit I did without, you know, I'm not gonna go into detail because I don't want to bore you, but, you know, a lot of gnarly shit I ended up going through over that. Like literally a decade of shit. Yeah. All right, Roni, thanks for coming, man. I know you got a lot of responsibilities and whatnot, so thank you for showing up. Appreciate you. This is Thursday, right? So next time we convene will be Monday, and I should hopefully have the scanner up and running. That should be interesting, right? You know, back a couple weeks ago, I constantly got flagged for sexual content. Constantly. Basically, when I was just globbing clay on there, it was no big deal. When I had the armature and I had lumps of clay, as soon as I started smoothing it and it took on a humanoid form, I started getting flagged for sexual content. So what I did was, every time that would happen, I would shut down the stream, start over. And it was an amazing learning experience because what I learned about the TikTok algorithm is that you start at the top and it works you down to the bottom. Whereas like Twitch, you start at the bottom and you have to work your way to the top. So totally different algorithm. Well, thank you, Brenda. Lady Maya. I appreciate you. My wife pointed that out to me the other day. She's like, you have a lot of people around you that are working towards your best interest, which kind of blew my mind. I had to think about it. Like, what's she talking about? I mean, she's absolutely right. I have a lot of people around me that are working towards my best interest, which is funny because I have this mindset, right, that everybody's the enemy. I have a mindset based on my previous experience, and I'm human. I have sympathy for myself. I didn't make this shit up. I have life experience that would substantiate that, like in the B.F. Skinner sense, I think Roni's gone now, but he could, I'm sure, give us a lengthy explanation of what that means, but, like, or even Freud for that matter, of, life experience that justifies a certain perspective on the world. So I have sympathy for me. But yeah, I have a lot of people right now in my life that are working towards or are, helping towards. They're lifting a weight towards my benefit. Where do I buy? I love your attitude, user. Stick with me. Do the follow thing so that I can keep information to you. I'm hoping next week I get my act together and I get the pre-order thing set up. And I'm gonna start scanning next week, and as soon as I get it, I'll start doing resin prints and delivering this out to people. So you will get, if you want one, you can have one. That's the short answer. You want one, you can have one. I'm gonna come up with an affordable price structure that basically covers my costs. And if you want one, you can have one. How's that for an answer? But you gotta come back. You gotta come back. I don't have it all worked out yet. I don't know how much it's gonna be before you ask. But whatever it is, it's going to be, cost of materials, time, and shipping. I'm not trying to make a bunch of money off of it right now. I want it to be in your possession. I want the art to be out there in the world. And I want her butt to be smooth right here, and it is fighting me. Why does she want a lumpy butt? Well, I know why she wants lumpy butts, because I use two different consistencies of clay. It's my fault. Lady Maya, you are one of my heroes. Especially considering 2 nights ago, I mean, you realize how fragile you are emotionally, right? Because I was just like, 2 nights ago, I'm just like, duh, why am I doing this crap? Why am I doing any of this? What the hell am I doing? I was just ready to throw it all away. 2 nights ago. And you and Tricklight and Roni and a couple other people showed up, and it was just like, you guys were, you're gonna have a space in my heart for quite a while over that one. Bella, I think your own name, Bella. I was just talking about that. So I will figure out the price structure, come back. Hopefully next week I'll have an answer for you, how much I can get this done for and ship to you and in your possession. Hopefully that's enough of an answer, Bella. So you have to come back, do the follow thing. So you get notifications, so you can come back so I can give you that information next week. Because I'm going to come up with some way for this to be affordable for people. Head, head witch in residence. Yeah, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you make me cry on stream again, goddammit. I will hold it against you. Dude, this Butox is pissing me off. That's actually the armature showing through right there, though. I gotta thicken her butt cheek a little bit to cover up the armature. I'm gonna need a little martini for that. I like this glass better though. It's shorter than the Lazy Susan, so I can put it underneath the turntable and not spill it. There for a while I kept spilling the wine glasses because they're taller than the turntable. So I'd put it down there and then I'd turn the turntable and then spill the wine on the floor. Wait a minute, what's happening? Do I need to click something? Yeah, I do. TikTok's being emotionally needy. I don't understand it. Like, you have to come over here and click something in order to reassure it that you exist, even though there's all these people that are interacting in stream. It's pretty obnoxious. There we go. I'm alive to, what, unable to eat all the balls in China. Verification complete. Yeah, no shit. Okay. Okay, profanity over. Just saw, I don't know if you're still there, Ray Ray, but I just saw your post. The world's going to shit in 100 years. We'll be lucky to make it 100 years unless somebody can do something. Unless somebody becomes Jesus. Thank you. Snippet? I think what your name is? Oh, that's for poop. Can't see it far. I feel like I'm missing out on some opportunities. Rib cage definition right there. Methinks I've lost along the way. Thank you, Princess Jasmine. Princess Jasmine, good name. You think I should do wrinkles in the feet? Are you fucking with me, Ray Ray? Because you heard me talking about that earlier. Or do you actually mean that? Definitely an infinity stone kind of thing. Like you could just go forever. But it's sort of about choosing your moments. What? Illustration teacher George Pratt used to say, choosing your moments. Yes, you can define anything and everything. Choose your moment. Right? You can't tell the story of War and Peace in one sentence. But that being said, hopefully this piece is a little bit like War and Peace, and that you spend time with it and you hear more story. So, contradictory philosophy there. Full of surprises, full of contradictions. Or to quote Tombstone, that's what I love about Wyatt. He could talk himself into anything. I named my middle son Wyatt. How could I not? I think there's a random chance someone on the stream might guess what my third son's name is. Just guessing. Well, based on what you know about me. What's she holding in her backhand? That is to be a knife. It's supposed to be a knife. I don't know what point I get it together that people can understand it's a knife, and I've done a good enough job at that is communicated, because obviously it's not at this point. Obviously I need to work on that. Still getting that question. I have 3 sons. There are 3 people in the world that call me dad. How about that? They're all 3 beautiful people. Unique. Pain in the ass. Lovely people. I think that's one of the interesting things about, like, as a parent, you want that you want that Lion King moment, right? Especially as a father, you want that Lion King moment where you're gonna hold your child up in the air, you know what I mean? Especially when you have one child. When you have 3 children, well, your mind totally changes. You're no longer like, oh, this child is me, or, you know, having false projections. Now it's like, okay, I just have 3 people that I'm responsible for. They're just 3 individuals. You stop thinking of them as projections of self in that case. When you have more, I mean. More than the one. What's the story behind her? Well, Hunter. 5% serious. What's her story? Well, I don't know. What do you think her story is? You tell me. I want to hear your story. Tell me your story. When you look at this, what is your story? Well, I can't read your name, so looks like Vi maybe, I'm not sure. With some other characters. Thank you for the input. I have way too much fun with this goddamn blowtorch. It is too much fun. Sculpting with heat is an interesting experience. Now, of course, you can't sculpt with heat unless you do the underlying structure foundation that you have to have. So it's not like, oh, I'm sculpting with heat exclusively, but it is a fun, like, at the end kind of thing. Old does and new's your boy. There you go, Maya. One door closes, no one opens. Oh. Oh, nice. I turned on the sub thing, so now Maya has a sub thing next to her name. Cool. That's cool. I don't even know what I just clicked some buttons. Now we have that. Thank you. I would drink a martini to you. Cheers indeed. Thank you. What part of the world are you in, Maya? Have we talked about this yet? Just curious. Not that it really matters, I'm just curious. Obviously don't have to divulge if you don't want to, I'm just curious. Cuba. In Ohio. Nice. You know what? I'm in Kansas City. And I grew up here, and then I went away. I went to New York, to art school, and been all over, as I've talked, I've been all over the world. For the last couple of years in Tokyo, I spent several years in Moscow, lived in LA for a few decades. But I don't know if it's age that's changed or if it's the world that's changed. I mean, both obviously have changed. When I was a kid, being here in Kansas City was the most excruciating thing imaginable. I absolutely hated it. I was isolated. I didn't know what the world was, but I knew it wasn't here. And it's changed, right? I mean, it has changed. Like I went to this show here. Shit, what was the name of it? It was put on by this local group, and it was like Cirque du Soleil. And everyone there was a local performer. It was so amazing. It's like I was so thankful, right? I just felt thankful to have that experience here. And then afterwards, we went to the bar and hung out, and we were hanging out with the performers. They all were there. They were, and I talked to them. I'm like, "Oh, where are you from?" They're like, "Yeah, I'm from Kansas City." Like, oh my God. All right. So my point is, yeah, maybe Ohio is boring. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I'm not in Ohio. I'll say Kansas City has a lot more to offer than I remember it having as a child. And again, I think part of it is I've changed. I also think Kansas City has changed. Has been a change, both sides. Anyway, I'm not judging Ohio categorically. I'm very interested to see what the 3D scanner sees, right? Because I see a lot of textural changes, right, from this. Now the scanner is very, very detailed, like 0.1 millimeter. But some of it's going to get lost in the process, and it's going to see more of the form. Whereas I'm distracted by the texture right now. So I am very curious to see how that goes. Hey! 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 Thank you, hey. Shit. Well, I went through all that, but then I still almost knocked my glass over. All right, I guess the Beau stays on top. Okay, take a step back. Where are we? What needs to happen next? No wine tonight. No, tonight it's martini night. Oh, you can see, I've got the camera covered up. This is, so in the movie industry, the last shot of a movie is called the martini shot. So my intention is tonight's probably the last night of sculpting. So I thought it would be apropos for tonight to be martini night. I made a very Beau-like martini, not a normal martini. No olive juice. Well, that sounds good now. This is mostly just vodka and lemon, lemon juice. I've got some spicy, oh, I bet that's good. I've got some spicy pickles upstairs. Spicy pickle juice would be good. I don't really have any olive juice though to make a real martini. It's gonna be dangerous at the club. I'm literally gonna have a full bar in front of me while I'm working. When I'm streaming from the club, so that's a little weird. Well, my partner's got the connections. He was talking to Belvini about sponsorship. I'm like, oh God. That sounds great. That sounds amazing. Thank you. It also sounds tragically terrible for me to be sponsored by Scotch. Like, oh God, how could this possibly go not bad. Okay, there it goes. Oh, you want me to switch the music? Okay. I am not attached. Where are we? What's happening? So many things happening. What is happening? Let me go. There we go. Let's take it up a notch. Where are we gonna go? Where's my playlist? I'll go over here to slightly more ignorant. Energetic. Cool ignorance. Wasabi, cool ignorance. Welcome to Fantasy Island. Your angles see dimple on the back of the leg. Uh-oh. Our lady has some cellulite. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Definitely learned my lesson about using clay of different consistencies. That has been a learning. Don't do it. so bad today. Whee! Lieutenant Dan, I'm sailing. Nice. I love it. If I'm inspiring you to sculpt, you've made my day. Whole point. Have you made art today? That's my thing. Have you made art today? And if what I'm doing inspires you to make art, not today, right now, well, I feel like a winner. Now then just get Putin and Trump and Elon into a room. We can make some art together. Solve some world problems. I love your attitude, Tricklight. You're gorgeous. You're a gorgeous person, Tricklight. I like you. Bernardo Verde. This is plastilina. It's a oil-based clay. So that's why when I get it hot, it melts, as opposed to does some weirdness. Like if it was water-based, it would get funky weird if I got it hot. Dry out, crack, and do all kinds of terrible things. Big ass bug just flew past my head. Wow. Well, thank you, Tricklight. That's a lot of responsibility on me, though. Remind me of why you started on TikTok. I have to say, I think I have to admit, my starting on TikTok, which is only like 2 months ago, a little more self-serving. You know, I'm like, oh, let's increase my, my viewership. Let's get some followers and all of that. It's been good. It's been a good experience. Good community. I wasn't expecting it. Well, Luna, it can't. This is, where's the camera? There you go. See that? That is 5/16 steel. Which is what her skeleton's made out of. Holds her together. So yeah, you see her wobble while I'm working on her, but she's going nowhere. She's made out of steel. Strong girl. She's a strong girl. Wow, Jojo. Thank you. Hell of a thing for you to say to me. Not affectionately, thank you. teaching sculpting? I teach sculpting. I don't know that, well, I was about to say I don't know that teaching is my skill set. And then I stopped myself because I've also had 50 employees before. Where I taught various degrees. I supervised / taught all of them. So, I don't know, I gotta think about it for a second. Like, have I been a teacher? Would I be a teacher? I think the answer is yes. I mean, I'm a parent now. I have been for 16 years, which is by nature wow, that's a mess. That's what you were talking about earlier. I think JoJo said something. Being a parent is to be, or being a good parent anyway, is being a teacher. I don't know, so maybe I have more of a proclivity towards teaching than I would have my initial response. So I think teaching within the domain of my experience of what academia is, hell no. Does that mean I won't be a teacher? I mean, absolutely not. I mean, I could be a teacher. I think I would just have to define what that means. What does it mean to be a teacher? Have you made art today? Oddities secretary. I don't know what that means. Sounds interesting. Oh, the bones. That's some. I got some more bones around here. I got a few randos. Here's random monkey pelvis. I have down here. What else I got? I got a human hand around here. Actually, someone who's asked me if the skull was real. No, the skull's not real, but I do have a human hand around here somewhere. It is real. Where's my human hand? I lost my hand. You're like Lee Ferris. Lost my hand. Where's my hand? Got elk antlers down here. Yeah, we got a human hand lying around here somewhere. Baboon, crocodile, raccoon, falcon somewhere, deer antlers, moose antlers. Don't know where my human hand is. How do you lose a hand? I lost a hand. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably did I put it in the box? Yeah, I did. I totally did. Oh my God. I was just guessing because I'm a creepo. Did I put it in the box? Yes, I put the human hand in a box. It was funny, right? I just looked at the box. I'm like, a creep would put a hand in the box. I'm a creep. I'm gonna look at the box. There's the goddamn hand. It was funny. I thought it was funny. I'm laughing. I made myself laugh. Hello, Madeline. Yes, well, you know what? At this point, you know me, I think, well enough that you don't need contacts. You can just hear me cackling like a Bond villain. Good to see you, Madeline. How are you? All right, what do I do next? What is the thing? This butt cheek is pissing me off. How often do you hear that sentence? This butt cheek is pissing me off. See, I've got the basic shape there. I've got the shape of what's called the great panther. It's the head of the femur, and in this exact pose, it would poke through. It does poke through. So I've got that shape there, and I've got the gluteus medius. I've got a general shape for the iliac crest right there. This tensor fasciae lata coming down here, right? Pezza and serenus, kind of a defined up there. A little dip here, going into the gluteus maximus. I don't know, this butt cheek is pissing me off. It's still not right. When do, you already told me, I asked you that question. You were leaving August 25th? I think you said. So late August, right? I got a minute. I've got some Madeline opportunities. Some opportunities to hang out. Well, summertime. We can do some boat time. Some of that. Some of this. Sorry, that's a Japanese word, actually. That might have sounded weird. Some of this. No, it's a Japanese word. Akusada samadesu. It means thank you for your hard work. But I always remembered by thinking some of this, obviously. Being a creepo, at least jogged my memory. Akusada some of this. Language lessons with Beau. Yeah, Beau is not gifted in language. I've got a lot of them running around my head in various degrees, but they were all painful to get in there. I was very gung-ho though, like I'm gonna learn Japanese. I was very gung-ho. Before I went to Japan, I knew hiragana and katakana, two of their alphabets. Felt like I was, stud, felt like I was ahead of the game, blah, blah, blah. And the truth is, when I got there were people that could speak, gaijin, who could speak Japanese, moderately well, who didn't know as much as I did about the alphabet, but they knew the phrases that I didn't know. They knew how to, order at a restaurant. So I did know a few things. I had made some accomplishment before I got there, but when I did get there, I realized how, useless, effectively, my knowledge was. And, yeah, Japanese is definitely hard. You have to want to know it. You have to be motivated to know it. And I was motivated to know it when I went there. I lived there for a year and a half, and I lost motivation. I lost motivation for Japan in general. To be honest, I would not recommend any human being, Japanese, American, or otherwise, live at least in Tokyo. I can't speak for all of Japan, but I can't recommend any human being to live in Tokyo. Japanese or otherwise. Biggest city in the world. Yes, if you were to visit, you would not understand what I mean. You'd be like, oh my God, the city is great. It is great. It's a fantastic place to visit. There's a lot of good things about it. Challenge you to live there for a year and a half and watch your perspective change. You think you really? You want to go to Japan? Well, I've got a few hookups for you. Madeline, if you think you're going to end up there. Down at the Yokohama base. Well, the thing about being a Marine, or any kind of military in Japan, is you're very much on. You're still a tourist, right? You're on base, right? You're an American having an American experience, or you're doing that. It's not what I had. I was fully integrated. It wasn't like, oh, I'm on the train and this is novel and interesting and we're going to go do this. Yeah, let me just say, there's a reason why it's a stereotype that people would rather jump in front of a train and die than go to work in Tokyo. Like, and it happens. I would literally be trying to go to work and the train would be shut down because someone committed suicide by jumping in front of the train. And after being there for a year and a half, I get it. Never showered. Good God, that is quite a handle. Hope it's not true. Hope you have showered at some point. But I'm not trying to ruin it for everybody. There's a lot of great things culturally about Japan. My experience is the best thing about Japan are what we think it is, not what it actually is. You know, so all those things you think about Japan, great. And my best experience with humans in Japan was the other guys. The other people from other countries were amazing. I didn't make any Japanese friends, which is a stereotype. It's true. They say you'll never make Japanese friends. It's true, you won't. Japanese people don't want to be friends with you. They don't like you. They smile at you. You think that they like you. They don't like you. It's a really complex culture. And to cut to the chase, to make it simple, they don't like you. That's the bottom line. Basil, mint, lavender, chamomile lit in my room. Nice. Well, so that's the interesting thing is Japanese people that leave Japan generally do fine. And you can have relationships with them outside of Japan. I knew a guy who married a Japanese woman in Canada. They had a great relationship. They moved back to Tokyo, and it's like she was like a sleeper agent, right? What is that movie? Not the Manhattan Project, whatever it is, about a sleeper agent. It's like they're sleeper agents. And as soon as they moved back to Tokyo, she became a demon of a human being. Like they're culturally programmed to become demons as adults. Like, just do not marry a Japanese person. That's what I learned in Japan. Do not marry a Japanese person. At least if you do not go to Japan with them. Because when you go back to Manchurian candidate, that's what I was trying to think of. As soon as you move back to Japan, that programming kicks in and you don't know who you're talking to anymore. They become some new person you didn't know. That escalated quickly, you're right. Like, I'm totally getting really energetic about this because it was so traumatizing for me. But yeah, whatever. Maybe I'll chill out. We don't need to talk about that. That is not the kind of vibe. Negative vibe is not what I'm trying to facilitate, but anyway. What playlist is this? Alex Carnitas. It's my playlist. Do I have it published? I don't know. If you just look up dark jazz, noir, ambient, you'll find this particular tune. I haven't published my playlist, but dark jazz, you'll find this on YouTube. Baby Bear Mom, nice. Good name. Oh, hubba hubba. Who do you love? Me? I'm giving away free money. I just got a free loaf of bread and some free books from the library. Okay, good for you, Trick-Leg. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the next squeezle step. Getting in there. 3D scanning this girl on Monday. I'm still scared about the next piece. Still don't know. I don't know, I keep vacillating. Still not sure exactly what the next piece is. And obviously I didn't know about this piece when I started it. So it was learning exploratory. Abundant community, that's the true mark of Renaissance. Nice. Abundance is our birthright. Yeah, you said that earlier. Got me thinking then. Got me thinking now. A fuller goddess next time. Good God. I was actually going to go in another direction. Well, I mean, kind of go in another direction. I had kind of a warrior queen, male-female relationship thing going in my head. I don't know. I'm working on it. Trying real hard, Ringo. That job of yours done. And Amazon, of course. Yeah, I talked about the one-breasted Amazon archer story, which I always liked. 2, 3, 4. It's a distinct possibility. It's too. I mean, but honestly, it's too simple for me. Like, I like that story, but it's not enough for me. I need more. Like something emotionally compelling. I mean, not everything. I mean, well, I don't know. I guess I have expectations. So I do feel pretty good about the both emotional and cognitive of this piece. So maybe I've got my own like fig leaf right now. I've got my own expectations of the next piece. I want it to be just as much of an experience for me on those levels. Hello, Benjamin. Enchantress. I don't think I know. Actually, I don't. Maybe I don't know the details of what you're inferring. Maybe I don't know the mythology of Maya. Well, why don't you elucidate this? What are you suggesting? There's something to learn. What do you have to say? Venus Lopez. Yes, there is an armature, the term you're looking for. I'm just gonna right now. There you go. That's the armature. She's made of 5/16 steel on the inside. She's steel on the inside, soft on the inside. Strong woman. With a lumpy ass, I can't get smooth. God damn it. How have I spent working on that butt? This woman's ass is killing me. I cannot get it smooth. And it's my fault. It's because I used 2 different kinds of clay. It didn't integrate. Didn't meld together like I thought they would. Arcadian nymph. I don't know that I know that story actually. daughter of Atlas and Cleone. Interesting. Okay. In Hinduism, Maya is the projection of reality. And I'm curious if there's any parallel with what obviously what you're getting at is Greek. Well, tell the story. You guys like just teasing now? A couple of teases. Tell the damn story. Okay, daughter of Atlas and Cleone. What else? Story. Known as the herald of the deathless gods? Oh my god! Thank you, Ben. There's an interesting story behind that, Ben. This figure is actually me. This figure is half of my proportion. So every length on her body is half of mine. Because I didn't feel like sitting around measuring head ratios and all that crap. So I just would literally get a tape measure and measure me when I was working on the armature. So I'm 6'4", 6'4" so she's, ostensibly, if she were to stand up, she's 3'2". Well, YouTube's up and running. I'm actually paying attention to it tonight. No one's there, other than Trick Light Roni were there earlier. Send her to the heavens because the horned dog Orion kept chasing her. Interesting. Orion, the hunter? Well, I'm not even going to try to pronounce your name, Mr. Greater Than. Yes, it's clay. It is a plastilina, oil-based clay. And hopefully tomorrow I receive a scanner in the mail, and on Monday on the stream I'm going to be scanning her. 3D scan. So you're pretty much here at the end of a almost 100-hour adventure. What is the temperature of the studio? It's a little bit warm. I'm going to guess it's probably 73, 4 in here. I got the fire going on behind me, so it's a little warm. Yes, she has an armature, to answer your question. I'm just going to call you Greater Than, because I don't know what else to call you. Yeah, she has an armature. 5/16 steel armature holds her up. Thank you, Lady Maya. It's oil-based clay, so I don't have to keep her moist. She reactivates. I like that. The clay reactivates if it gets warm and manipulated. If I touch, move it. The internal friction reactivates it, or heat reactivates it. Just using it reactivates it. Clay, oil-based clay will last. Some of the clay inside of her is literally 20 years old. To answer your query. I didn't have a model. I had a couple photos that I used loosely. There's a drawing on the backboard at some of the angles you can see that I did initially to try to get my armature in place. But no, I never really had a model per se. I would say in some ways the body is modeled after my wife, just because she's my #1 influence. I see her every day. And when looking at the face, I did not do a portrait of by any means, but I get a little reference from Rebecca, what's her name, that played the mom in Dune. I had pictures up of her while I was working on it. Oh. I am feeling like I am not going to make it till 3 a.m. like we fantasized about. Oh, Bear Patty, thank you. Venus Leos, thank you. I don't know, I feel like I need to eat a sandwich and go to bed. The week is cut up with me. And I did make art today, I love that. Do you like our back? Thank you. You can see right there with that camera angle. Appreciate it. Somebody is tired, exactly. No, I am, exactly. I feel like a baby. Somebody needs to put me to bed. It's like if somebody doesn't put me to bed, I'll just keep going. And I feel like I need to be put to bed. And my wife is on a plane over the Atlantic right now. There's nobody here to put me to bed. I need to be put to bed. I'm tuckered. I think I might actually call it sub getting to 100 hours total, according to Mr. Roney. You guys gonna hate me if I call it a night? What time is it? 11:40, not that bad. It's plastilina, yeah. It's not Roma plastilina, it's kind of a brand, but it is plastilina. It's a oil-based brand. Where's the camera? Yeah, oil-based plastilina. Clay. I got it at Blick. I think I should probably put a link to it so people can buy it. But thank you everybody for showed up. It's been another amazing night. I don't know that I'm actually done with her. This is so tough. I might try to get some more time in this weekend. Maybe I'll stream it if I do. Into our girl here. Sulfur-based, no, oil-based. Thank you for coming, Trick Lights. Take care of yourself as best you can, darling. Get yourself, you should get that loaf of bread you talked about. Take care of yourself, darling. Thank you for showing up. I love that you did. Clove Colt, that's a cool name. And we'll see where we end up. Monday, I'll definitely be scanning this thing. One way or another, I'm gonna be scanning on Monday, so. I don't know if I'll do any more between now and Monday. If I do, maybe I'll stream it, but otherwise, oh man, I see a big divot in her boob from here. God damn it. See, that's the problem, why I can never be done. All right. Love you guys, thank you. And I will, I'll see you, if not before, I'll see you Monday. See you on the astral. I like that. I'll be going to sleep soon. We'll run into each other on the astral plane.